In this lecture, we will learn about quadratic equations. There are two words, quadratic and equations. Quadratic is come from the word polynomial. Any polynomial, if its degree is 2, that is called quadratic polynomial, and we represent it as p of x. So any quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, when it is equated by 0, it becomes quadratic equation. Now, p of x is equal to 0 will give quadratic equation. So, in ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the condition is a should not be equal to 0 and a, b and c are real numbers, or we can say these are constants. Now this quadratic equation, how are we getting? It is also related to day-to-day life. For example, if we take a square and its area is 81 square meters. We don't know the side of this. We can assume the side as x. We know that in a square, all the sides are equal. So when we write this with the help of a known fact, what is the known fact here? Area. But area of square is side into side. So this we can apply a formula in this, and we will be reaching to x square is equal to 81. Further, if we rewrite it in this form, we can say this is a quadratic equation. So if we go back to the standard form of this quadratic polynomial or quadratic equation, we may notice that a is not equal to 0 is the must condition, but what about b and c? B can be 0 and c can also be 0. Now, in this case, a is 1, there is no b. Why? Because b is the coefficient of x and there is no term which is x. So, in this case, a is 1, b is 0 and c is 81. Similarly, if we take another example, suppose there is a rectangle and the relation is given that the length of this rectangle is twice the breadth plus 1. So, length is related to the breadth. It means that we can start with this breadth as x. So, as I said, the condition, length is twice the breadth plus 1. So, ultimately, the length will be twice x plus 1 and the breadth is x. If I say the area of this rectangle is 36, and if we just change this statement into an equation, so the known fact is here area. Area of rectangle is length into breadth. So if we simply apply this formula, then area is given 36 and length is 2x plus 1 and breadth is x. If further we will see this equation, this will be 36 is equal to 2x square plus x. Now, if we rewrite this condition in this form, means relate it with the standard form. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So what we have seen, day-to-day life situations can also lead us to a quadratic equation. Now once you have got the quadratic equation, what to do? We will solve it. We will solve it by different methods. But before we come into that, sometimes some equations will be given it to you and we have to check whether these are quadratic or not. So how are we getting the equations? When any polynomial is equated by 0, that is giving us the equation. Okay. Now this polynomial can be of any type. The first thing we can say, this polynomial is a linear polynomial. A linear polynomial will be of type ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0 and a and b are the real numbers. So if this linear polynomial is equated by 0, this will give us linear equation. Okay. Also we can see, since the power of the variable over here is 1, that is why also it is a linear equation. Now similarly, if this polynomial is a quadratic, then in that case, this polynomial, if you equate by 0, then we are getting a quadratic polynomial. If it is a cubic, means p of x is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, then this is a cubic polynomial, and this polynomial, when you equate by 0, this will give us a cubic equation. But what we are going to stress on in this topic, that is quadratic equation. So we will see the given equation is quadratic or not. Sometimes it appears that it is a quadratic and we find it is not. So whenever any equation is given to us, the very first thing what we will do, we will write its standard form. And after writing in standard form, we will check the degree. We will check the highest power of the variable. If that is 2, then it is a quadratic equation, otherwise not. When you write a quadratic polynomial, means ax square plus bx plus c, the must condition is the degree of this is 2 as well as any of the terms in that the variable should not have a negative or a rational power. What does it mean? It means suppose a polynomial is given in this way, x square plus 3 root x plus c, or plus 4. First of all, it is an expression. Why not polynomial? Because this term is having x to the power of 1 upon 2. So this is not allowed. Now, if this is not polynomial, then if you are equating it by 0, it will not be an equation. So we have to see that the power of the variable should be 2 in quadratic equation, and any other term should not have negative or a rational power. Now first of all, we will check the given equation is quadratic or not. As I said, sometimes it appears. So if you write x square into x plus 1 plus 4x is equal to 3. In this case, by looking at it directly, we can say it's a quadratic. But when we solve it further, it will be x cube plus x square plus 4x is equal to 3. Since the maximum power of the variable is 3, that is why this is not a quadratic equation. And sometimes, in this next example you see, here by looking at it, one can say it's not a quadratic equation, but further when we solve it, it's x square plus x plus 4 is equal to 0 and the maximum power is 2. So it is a quadratic equation. This was looking like and it is not. And this was not looking like a quadratic equation, but it is a quadratic equation. The first thing, whenever you are getting an equation, you have to simplify further to see the ultimate, the degree, or you can say the maximum power of the variable should be 2. So first type is, it is a quadratic equation or not, and then you have to write it in the standard form. Secondly, sometimes a quadratic equation is given and it can be asked, suppose x is 1, this is given and it can be asked whether this is one of the solutions of this given equation or not. So what we have to do, in place of x, we will substitute 1 and we will see whether LHS and RHS are equal or not. So here in the LHS, when you substitute in place of x as 1, what are we getting? 1 minus 2 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. So yes, by substituting the value of x as 1, what have we seen? That this is one of the solutions of this quadratic equation. Now what is this solution called? This is called root. It means that when we solve the quadratic equation, we are getting the solutions which are called the roots. Now, since it is a quadratic equation, so we will be getting two solutions or two roots. Now we will come to the topic, how to solve the quadratic equations. There are two methods. First we will discuss factorization method and second is by using the quadratic formula. So first we will solve the following quadratic equations by factorization method. Factorization itself says that find the factors. So whenever quadratic equation is given to us, ultimately we will reach to the linear factors of this quadratic equation. It means that when we say a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, it means that there are two roots. We may call them alpha and beta. Okay, so these alpha and beta are the solutions or the roots. It means that the factorization of this further we can write as x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0. So in all the cases when the quadratic equation is given to us, what are we going to do? Is we are going to change it into its product of the linear factors. So we'll take some examples. With that it will be clear how to factorize and find the solution of these quadratic equations. The first case, in factorization there are different ways. First is simply by taking out the common factors we can reach to the solution. Second is we can apply the identities. Okay, and the third is by splitting the middle term. Okay, so I will take one example and I'll show it to you how to factorize these quadratic equations. The very first, x square minus 4x is equal to 0. We can easily see that these two terms are having one common factor, that is x. So left out is this. What have we done? We have written it in the form of its linear factors. Linear means to the power 1. X is having a power 1. Here x minus 4, in that also the power of x is 1. Now, this is something like a into b is equal to 0. When a into b is equal to 0, then either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0 or both can be 0. So one at a time if we are taking. So first value is x is equal to 0. The second is x minus 4 is equal to 0 will give us x is equal to 4. So what have we observed? That the one value is x is equal to 0, another value is x is equal to 4. These are called the roots of this quadratic equation. We have not applied any identity, any splitting the middle term. Directly what we have done, we have just taken the common factor and we have rewritten the given quadratic equation in the form of the product of its linear factors. So first thing, just see and if there is any common factor, take it out and further you can find the two roots or the two solutions of this quadratic equation. Now next example, based on identities. So which identities we are going to use? We have done earlier 4 identities. First is a square, a plus b the whole square, its expansion is a square plus twice ab plus b square. Second is a minus b the whole square, that is a square minus twice ab plus b square. Third is a square minus b square, that is a plus b into a minus b. The fourth one, that is x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. If you see in all these four, factorization means this part will be given and we have to factorize to go back to this. This part will be given, we have to go to this. But in this case, the quadratic equation will be given in this form and we have to rewrite it in the form of its two linear factors. In this case, it will be given in this form and we have to go back to this. So you have to first see that what is the type of question, and according to that only we will apply the identity and we will solve it further. We'll take some examples. First is x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now compare it with all these identities. What is given? 3 terms are there. 3 terms are there. All are positive. All are positive. And we have to see, in this case, 2 terms are squares. So here, x square and 1. X square is the square of x. 1 is the square of 1. So we will rewrite this equation in the form of the expansion a plus b the whole square. So here it is 2 into x into 1 plus this. If we compare this and this is the expansion, you have to go back to this. So this is nothing but square of x plus 1. When we are saying x plus 1 the whole square, this is something a square is equal to 0. So a square is a into a. Same thing we will do it. X plus 1 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. So what have we done? This quadratic equation is changed into two linear factors. The product of two linear factors, and each linear factor will be equated by 0 and it will give us the value of x. Since both the factors are same, so the value of x is minus 1 in both the cases. So you can say x is equals to minus 1 and minus 1. How many values we have got? 2, but both are equal. What have we done? We have applied the identity. Similarly, if I will simply change the same question and instead of this plus, if it is minus, and if you compare it with the second identity, this is given the expansion like a square minus twice ab plus b square. So only what will change? One sign. So whenever this is given a square minus twice ab plus b square, then ultimately this will be expansion of a minus b the whole square. Okay. Now in this case, when you rewrite it in the form of the linear factors, in that case the value of x is 1. So what have we observed? This is given and we are going back to the left hand side. And left hand side is given in the form of whole square, which will be written as like a plus b the whole square will be written as a plus b into a plus b. Similarly, a minus b the whole square will be written as a minus b into a minus b. So once you reach to this stage, you have to go to a plus b into a plus b. Why? Because ultimately we have to write the linear factors and each linear factor will be equated by 0, will give us the root of the quadratic equation. Now we will see the third identity based question. If the question is given in this way, x square minus 81 is equal to 0. Now compare it with this a square minus b square. This is a square minus. This term we will rewrite it as in the form of a square. So this is x square minus 9 square is equal to 0. It means that when we rewrite it in the form of this identity, this will be x plus 9 into x minus 9 is equal to 0. So this was quadratic form. We have brought it to its two linear factors. Okay, and each linear factor will be equated by 0, will give us the value of x. And those two values will be called the roots of the quadratic equation. So these are the three identities what we have used. Now we will see one question which is based on the fourth identity. Now, if you write x square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. The fourth identity and splitting the middle terms sometimes are mixed up. I'll tell you how. In this case, this is a constant term C 12. If you compare this form with x square plus a plus b into x plus ab, this last is ab means product of two numbers. So if you concentrate on this 12, we have to choose two factors of this 12 whose sum is the coefficient of the middle term. It means I am using the splitting the middle term, at the same time we will rewrite it in the form of this identity. Let's see how. The factors of 12 are 1 and 12. 1 12s are 12, or 2 into 6 is also 12. 3 into 4 is also 12. The minute you see 3 and 4, it should strike you that this will help us. Why? Because the combination of 3 and 4 is 7. But since this is minus 7, okay, so you have to choose those two factors in such a way that their addition is the coefficient of the middle term. Okay, and as I am saying the factors are these, also the factors are actually plus minus, isn't it? So plus minus 3, plus minus 4. So which two factors will help us? Minus 3 and minus 4. Why are we choosing both the factors negative? Because the multiplication of two negative terms is positive and our last term is positive, and the addition of both of these negative terms will be negative, and that only is our need. That is why we are choosing minus 3 and minus 4. So we will rewrite this given question in this way. X square, two factors what we got are minus 4 and minus 3. So in place of minus 7x, you can write it as minus 4x minus 3x, and this is 12 as it is. This I have done splitting the middle term, but if I am interested to do it in this way, what will I write in place of this? I will write it as minus 4 minus 3 into x and plus minus 4 into minus 3. What have I done? I have chosen a and b as minus 4 and minus 3. That's why I said this fourth identity and splitting the middle term are more or less same. So in this case, if you are solving it by splitting the middle term, you will write it like this. If you are directly using the identity, we will write like this. Now after writing this, you compare it with this expansion. It's x square plus a plus b. A plus b, why? Because minus 4 minus 3 is actually minus 4 plus minus 3. So a is minus 4 and b is minus 3. Okay? Plus a into b. So what is a? Minus 4. What is b? Minus 3. Directly you can write it as x minus 4 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So a is minus 4 and b is minus 3. And if each factor, ultimately where we are reaching two linear factors. So x minus 4 is equal to 0 will give us x is equal to 4, and x minus 3 is equal to 0 will give us x is equal to 3. So here from this part I have applied the identity. But if I directly want to do this by splitting the middle term, this part will little bit change. Same question with two ways I am telling you. So, splitting the middle term, we have splitted this middle term into two parts. Now choose the common factors from these two and from these two. From these two, x is common. X minus 4 is left out. From these two, 3 is common. But this minus 3 we will take since this term is a minus b, means a negative sign is there and here it is positive. So from this positive we will choose a negative sign. And from 3 and 12, 3 is common. So from this plus sign, 1 minus is gone out, so left out is minus sign. From 12, minus 3 is gone, so minus 4 is left out. Now from these two terms and from these two terms, x minus 4 is common. This is x left out and from here 3 is left out. Again we are reaching to the same what we had done earlier with the help of the identity. Now these two linear factors will be equated by 0 separately, will give us the two roots of this quadratic equation. So what we have seen, factorization method is based on either taking out common or apply the identity or do it by the splitting of middle term. Next we will see some more examples which are also based on factorization.